What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Fernand. He's the latest Grand Hero Battle unit, so this is going to be a review of him and the kinds of builds you can run, and at the end I'll have a special bonus segment. And as always, if you guys do enjoy these free-to-play unit reviews, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like and subscribe. With that said, let us get going. So Fernand is a Lance Cavalier unit with 167 BST, and he doesn't really have a preferred weapon, although he comes with instant Lance Plus, which was never really present before in the Grail pool, so that's a really nice addition. His stats are pretty typical of what you would expect out of a Lance Cavalier, kind of awkward speed and resistance while having good attack stat, and his attack stat is actually really good. 41 base attack is quite amazing with a super boon, so he can hit extremely hard. We have obtained Arson just recently, and we also have some really great Lance Cavaliers like Petrine in the Grail pool, and in my opinion Petrine is pretty much the best free-to-play Lance Cavalier. So he's quite similar to Arson, but few points distributed differently, and he of course does not have a preferred weapon like Arson, and at max investment you can see that he can definitely hit pretty hard with that attack super boon. But overall Petrine is going to be proving to be more useful as the game goes on because of her preferred weapon and the fact that she can target the resistance of the opponents, and she's also got the beast effectiveness, which is really amazing. So Fernand is mainly going to be standing out for his high attack stat for triggering heavy blades by using a Gale Force build. I'll go more on that later on with the build section. He also has a super boon and speed, which could definitely be utilized at max investment. As you'll see, resistance super boon is not going to be used that much compared to attack or even speed. He does give us instant Lance Plus, and it is not really a dual phase Lance like Flowing Lance or Guild Fork or Candy Cane. It's mainly used for player phase, and it does have an impact effect built into it. So it's mostly going to be used in stuff like Ether Raid's defense, where you want to idiot proof your units so that the AI does not make them just suicide into the opponent's units, and the impact effect is really nice for just annoying your opponents. So it's mainly going to be useful there. He does have Sword Breaker, which is I guess a reference to his dislike towards ALM, and he also has Threaten Attack Defense too. If you like Fernand a lot, then it is going to be requiring you 2,200 grails to plus and merge him, or 1,750 after he gets his rerun. So if you don't really like him too much, then the main selling point of his is mainly his high attack stat, which is going to be useful in heavy blade triggers, and it is among the best out of the free-to-play Lance Cavaliers. So that's one niche which he has got going for him, but other than that, there are a lot of reasons why you may not want to invest into him. He doesn't have a preferred weapon, and in modern times in FE, stats are not everything. The unique effects from her weapon matter a lot. For example, Petrine's, and Petrine is a really good Grail Cavalier to plus and merge. He's also in a very saturated class of Lance Cavalry, and many people have already invested into 1 or 2 Lance Cavalry units, and his resistance and speed distribution is definitely a bit awkward. I wish he actually had a bit more speed, that would have been a bit better. And even if you're not really looking forward to plus and merging him or any Lance Cavaliers, there are a lot of really strong Lance Cavaliers in game that you could use at low merges or even just +1 merge like Dusil, Zeke, Ingrid, so there's no shortage of Lance Cavalry units at all. As for his builds, you could definitely use him in Arena Assault as a budget unit with instant Lance and having Deathblow in his slot A and making use of that Sword Breaker, but keep in mind that a lot of sword units do have null follow-up, so they will just negate through the Sword Breaker, which could definitely be pretty annoying. And you can also run the second build, which is mainly useful for checking Fallen Edelgard. So Fernand has exceptionally good attack for a free-to-play Lance Cavalry unit, and even at no merges, he can be used to take down a fully invested +10 merge Fallen Edelgard who has got buffs from 2 pair-up Ledgering units. So as you can see here, Fernand just needs some kind of drive attack buff, and he will be able to one-round KO this kind of Fallen Edelgard thanks to the Cooker Post, and that is going to be pretty nice for Arena Assault just for a budget unit. So his high attack stat, again like I said, is something that can make him stand out, if nothing else. And the third build, in my opinion, is the best use of Fernand that you could utilize in a competitive mode, and that's by using him as a Gale Force unit with its Curdance and having Cook and Pulse. So you pretty much have a 2-turn Gale Force, which means that you can just teleport with Wings of Mercy, tap a unit once and get the Gale Force off. And his high attack stat is going to be making it really easy to trigger Heavy Blade, and he can do some massive damage to just one-shot a lot of units, which is really nice. So with the Gale Force team, you want to use them maybe with Disarm Trap Air or Disarm Trap Ninja Lin, or just if you have set up Gale Force with a unit with low HP, then you can just jump in with Wings of Mercy, and that can be really useful, especially against a lot of the node teams, which are quite susceptible to Gale Force strategy. and even at low investment, he's still going to be having pretty good attack stat. If you want to invest more into Fernand, then you can definitely go with a very high attack Brave Lance build. This kind of build is going to be struggling against a lot of the damage reduction units, but still it's an option seeing his high attack stat, and you can definitely use Near Trace with Gale Force and Heavy Blade to have some really nice movement. You can also give him Flowing Lance and make him like a tank, but this is not really too unique, and there are many cavalry units who can do the same thing. And if you want to invest into his speed stat at max investment, then you can definitely go with a solo build with Near Trace, and that can pretty much give him 50 plus speed. So he's not going to be the fastest by the modern standards, but he can definitely be faster if you want to use him like this. So it's an option, and if you want to make him even faster, then Springy Lance Plus is definitely an option from Spring Minerva, and that can allow you to have 60 plus speed Fernand. So if you're really big about the speed super boon, then these are the two builds which you could aim to get. And you can also use him in Arena whenever B-Dual Cavalry 4 eventually comes out. So again, you could use him with Slaying Spear, and his high attack stat can definitely be pretty nice for taking care of fallen Edelgards, and those are going to be present in that score range if you're a free-to-play player especially. And you can also use him with Flowing Lance in Arena because it does have lull attack defense built into it, and that is extremely useful in Arena where everyone and their mom uses some kind of rally skill. Because he doesn't have a preferred weapon, you'll have to run a 300 SP Slotsy skill to get the max scoring in Arena. So he's not the best unit for Arena usage, but his high attack stat can definitely help you. You can also go with a Gale Force build if you want to do that in Arena as well. So with Fernand, he's in a really saturated pool, and like I said, I feel like if he had a bit better speed, like 7 extra points of speed, just taken from his HP and resistance, he could have been a bit better. And I think that I would definitely give him a preferred weapon because at this point, we kind of need that for Lance Cavalry units who are really saturated. And speed defense solo would be really nice compared to Swordbreaker. And it does go well with his increased speed stat, which I've done here. And I would give him his own lance from the Shadows of Valentia DLC, I believe. So I would pretty much try to make this some kind of interesting weapon. And I would give him -1 special cooldown, which would be really nice for Gale Force with his high attack. And I would just have a better solo condition. Like if he's alone, then he can get +5 to his attack speed and defense during the combat, and he will have a built-in lunge in his weapon. So it's pretty much a reference to the penetrate skill in Shadows of Valentia, but in Fae, having lunge built into your weapon is really nice because you can Gale Force farther away. So that is really nice with your movement, and if you run some kind of trace skill, that could be even better. So this could make for a really interesting weapon. Of course, it's not going to be stacking up with other movement slot B skills like hit and run, lunge, and drag back. So we have like only seen this with Layla, I believe, like the swap she has. So this would also get stopped by any kind of near save armor unit, but still I think this would at least be a bit more unique than what he has got going for him right now without a preferred weapon. So let me know what you think about this preferred weapon and the theory craft. I would be eager to hear that, and I want to thank all of my YouTube members for their constant support. If you enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Helps me tremendously, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because YouTube sub boxes are about as functional as a Swordbreaker against null follow-up sword units. So that's it, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.